Hi, it's Elena Gordon, broker of record Remax Gordon Group Realty, and today I want to talk about the stats. Before we go into the stats, let's look at the economics indicators. So as you can see that real GDP gross was down, it's 2.9%. Toronto employment growth is down, it's minus 0.5%. Toronto unemployment rate, December 2022 was down too, it's 6.2%. Inflation is down, December 2022 was 6.3%. To compare that, we had in June 2022, we had 8.1%. It's really down right now. And Bank of Canada overnight rate is up. In January 2023, it's 4.5%, and prime rate in major banks is in January 2023 was 6.5%. Next, we will look on the total residential transactions. We had a 44.6% less residential transaction to compare to January 2022. So we had just 3,100 residential transactions. And if you look at the seasonal adjustments, in January 2022, we had just minus 1% to compare to December 2022. Average selling price. For average selling price, we are down for 16.4%, and in January 2023, it was 1,038,668. And yes, it's down, but if we look at the year ago, in January 2022, we had 28.6% up average price to compare to January 2021. So to comparing that, we are still in good position because it's still 12% up. Next, we will look at the new listings, and we see that we have the same amount of new listings in January 2023 to compare to January 2022, and it shows not everyone is running and selling their houses. If we look to the sales to new listing ratio, we are in 40%, and I will explain again. So this ratio is showing what market we are. Is it buyer market or seller's market? So the buyer's market we have up to 40%, 40% to 60%. It's balanced market. Now we are in buyer's balanced market, I will say. And if you compare to the last year, so this ratio is 30% down. And days on the market, and we can see that now to sell the property, it takes around 41 days. To compare to the last year in January 2022, it was taken just 18 days, and it's 127.8% up to compare to the January 2022. Now that's my favorite slide because we can compare sales and average price by major home types. And we will start from the sales. Here you can see that the most number of houses was sold for detached in 905 area. We sold 1,066 homes. Probably because it's become more affordable, and people, if they could buy semi-detached or townhouse before for that money, now they can afford a detached house. And detached house in 416 area, we sold just 318. It's like more than 3 times less, probably because it's still more expensive houses in 416 area. And with mortgage qualification and mortgage rates, it's not really in the reach for many buyers. And also, if we look at the more details, for condo apartments in 416 area, we sold 604, and it's a big number again to compare to another type of the properties. So recently the apartments at 416 area, they become more popular because people going back to work to offices and the students there come back, and it's still more affordable than to buy a house in 416 area. Next we will look at the average price. And average price again in detached house for 416 area is the most high average price. So that it's 1,486,124 to compare to detached houses in 905 area, which is 1,298,809. What's interesting in this slide that you can see that condo apartments difference in price between 416 area and 905 area, it's not so big now. It's about 60,000. So if we look at the couple years ago, this difference was bigger. Next we will look to the difference in average price year to year, and we compare January 2023 to January 2022, and we can see that the biggest drop in price we have for detached houses in 905 area. So it's we have minus 23.8, and the less drop we have for condo apartments, just minus 6.4%. This is showing that is more affordable and more popular type of the properties right now. And talking about drop in the price, I want you to look at this slide, right? And from this slide you can see, yes, we have for example minus 23.8% drop in 905 area for detached houses, but the year ago it was jump in price. As you can see that detached houses in 905 area, the price jumped 30.4%. So we are still have a good increase, right? Even though it was down this year. The biggest increase we had for semi-detached houses in 905 area in January 2022 to compare to previous year. So this year, January, so dropped 23.2%. It's not so bad too. We are still up. And the biggest difference we can see, the best performance we can see for the condo apartments. And you can see that in January 2022, increase was 31.6% to compare to the year before, and this drop in 10.3%, again it will leave you almost 21% price increase. And the same you can see for the condo apartments in 416 area, right? Let's summarize everything. Yes, we have a price drop, and for all the properties collectively it's 16.4%. But if we will compare to average price in January 2022, that was the hike for 28.6%. So we are still 16% up, right? So it's still not bad. It's just not good for people who actually bought on a peak. And for these people, I would suggest just hold on their property, because the real estate is long-term investment and it will go up. Another thing about the interest rate. So yes, it's up, and central bank interest rate now is 4.7%. And if we compare to the last year interest rate, yeah, that's a huge jump. But if we look at the historical interest rate, it's actually in the area what we usually had this interest rate. So buyers will adjust soon to that interest rate. And in reality, what's going on with the price drop 16%, so they buy cheaper property, and the higher interest rate will give them almost the same monthly payment. So there is many different moments we have to look at when you want to buy or sell right now. Reach us out and we will make individual plan for you, and we will make sure you're doing the right decision. If you like the video, please subscribe or like, and I see you again soon.